And we are back with some more round-robin matches. Another little battle border actually here. Akshith Teki from Canada taking on Daniel Sardoncillo. Really was impressed by Daniel last year when I was down here at the tournament. And Akshith is qualified back up in Canada. And he was in quite a nice, fun little match last night with Prathamesh. And welcome back into the booth, Christian Youngers. Hello, Christian.
How's it going? How's it going? Looks like we got a...
Oh, and the one tough thing, you don't want to hit the blue on your breakoff shots. Yes, it's David Burney. We're here. That's the Seattle Snooker Open 2023 live here at Ox Billiards in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that, can you do that, and then I can get it, and then I can add it to my post on Facebook?
Yep, perfect.
We were definitely treated in the last two matches on the stream. The great cumanship of Brady Golan. Obviously, a lot of people probably knew him from the pro circuits. Probably a lot of Americans didn't know who Brady was, but definitely they're now aware. They've seen what he can do. Has 2 wins in his group stage, so he's looking pretty good to move on. We are on Facebook, we're on YouTube, Twitch TV, Ox Billiards. Feel free to search us out. Let us know where you're tuning in from. If you have any comments or questions or wanted to cheer on your favorite player, let's hear the support for Daniel. Let's hear the supports for Akshith. And it's just getting started, this best of 3. So quick little sprints. So that first frame is always a little bit more important. But as the tournament gets longer, we'll get into longer matches. These are short little sprints, but very important. I don't know if all the newcomers, when the cue ball does go into a pocket, the opponent has the option of placing the cue ball anywhere in that D, and you can shoot both forwards and backwards, which is a little different than sometimes in some pool games. You're in that spot, you can only shoot forwards, but I think most pool games now is ball in hand. So the only time you see ball in hand on a snooker table is when the shootout is played. Another fun variation on snooker. And always can be filled with high drama, 10-minute frames. Yeah, Daniel's a predominantly pool player in the community, but he's transitioned nicely over here to the game of snooker. Actually, Ox Billiards sponsors Daniel. He was a junior champion in pool and has also been a multiple champion as an adult. He a good showing in last year's Seattle Snooker Open, but unfortunately was knocked out by Angus Liu.
Yep, Daniel. He's one of our sponsored players here at Ox. Awesome player.
The brown is taking away that potting angle on that red into the side, but
Looks like he's going to play a safe off of this, maybe. I don't think he can have enough to
Yeah.
pot it, but just come back down. Flake, tie it up in the reds. It's going to get behind this green. Oh, wow. This looks very close.
our red is open, but yeah, that was millimeters, as we shall say, from perfection. So it's a great shot there, what Daniel has to deal with.
Okay, so he did have a view of these reds on the side, and he's going to get a good roll here.
That's that touching ball there. Doesn't so. Ashik having a look at it. No
Don't
touching
think
ball.
so.
That is
That is very close, actually.
Gorgeous.
tough to see from our angle.
Nice. Beautiful.
Yes, you've got great equipment here that some of our fans are applauding the great, gorgeous footage that we have. I think, yeah, okay, Ashik is letting him know that it is touching ball there. And our good friend from Canada, Vineet Desani, has come down to help out a little bit with roving refereeing.
Not touching ball, looks like. Did just make contact with it, essentially. Okay, so no foul. I think I missed a blue from Daniel, I believe. So, yeah, 10. All right, so we're going back and forth now.
It's a bit tricky with those three reds over there to just clip off the bunch of reds and find the safe path through. Let's see if Daniel can find that path.
Oh, just got a flick off of that leftmost red. I think he's at least going to get some distance, but he's left this red on into the bottom right corner pocket.
Sure, yeah, that red that's just to the right of the pink. Just a little awkward bridging being over there when he's on the cushion. Can't put his hand on the table.
We got Abhishek in the chat saying good luck, Akshith. Ooh, this is going to be kind of tricky. Oh no, he's left the red maybe into the top left. Yellow pocket, red. Nope, doesn't go. Oh, but Daniel is right-handed. I keep thinking about this from a left-handed perspective.
Oh, nice view there. Unfortunately, Daniel. It's almost a David versus Goliath match here. Daniel definitely probably one of our more taller players than Ashik. One of the shorter statues, so...
A literal David and Goliath in terms of size.
yeah, not that it terribly matters a whole lot on the snooker table, that's for sure, as... I think only Robert Walden, is that his name? The old 8'10" giant. He might be the only person probably that would not ever need a rest on a snooker table. As, some of these guys, a lot more players are playing both right and left-handed these days. But there's still time for a rest because they are such large tables. Actually having a chat with Nick Barrow, world-recognized coach that was here at Ox Billiards and was also at Top 147 in Richmond, British Columbia. And someone actually, he's got this Q-Action trainer device, Nick does, and someone was taking it on and practicing his left-handed stroke. And it was a way to really correct it. And I know you, Christian, you're a left-hander. I don't know if you ever tried to maybe use that instrument to make yourself right. And I mentioned that to Nick, and he's like, you know what? At any point in the time, I'm going to be needing to use the rest. So I do need to practice with the rest.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you have to practice with the rest regardless, right?
So seeming to be an ambidextrous player, he just doesn't see the huge reward of it.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's different schools of thought. It's kind of like if you have to really put a lot of time and effort into training this other stroke, it might not be necessarily worth it. You could be spending all that time training your main stroke, I guess, and some other stuff. But yeah, I think it just depends. If you already have kind of a little bit of a natural ability at doing the offhanded stroke, then you're not really investing that much time into it, so it could actually be worth it to try it out. But we got Kelso Woodwick in the chat. What's up, Kelso? How's it going? He says, "Let's go, Daniel." Shout out to Kelso. He's a local Washingtonian pool player, kind of down south in Federal Way area, I believe. We had a tournament we played last weekend in, and we did fairly well. You know, we won some good matches. We could have won a lot farther, but Kelso was our spirit animal, so to say.
Great pink there by Daniel.
I think he's starting to get comfortable. I was talking to him before the break, and I told him about this cue that I have. This is a Go Customs all carbon fiber snooker cue, 9.5 millimeter tip. And he just started trying it out right now. He's like, "Hey, it actually hits pretty good. Can I use it?" And I was like, "Are you sure? You want to switch cues the day of the tournament?" He's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay." And so far, so good. He's hitting them pretty smooth.
And then they're in a division with Alex Newstead, these two gentlemen, and Alex has won his first two matches, so he beat Akshith 2-0, and also Ethan Zadwa 2-0. So Alex looks like he's probably punched his way into the next round with 2 wins. As well, Clay Belvoir has 2 wins, and same with Brady Golan. So those 3 gentlemen are looking pretty good. And over in Group 3, Dave Daly won his first match, beating Javier Venezuela, and then Javier won his second match. So a lot of work to be done in Group 3. But remember, the top 2 from each group move on. And it's moving day. You know, a few players are going to go home today, but 8 players will move on to the knockout round that will start, I believe, at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning here at Ox Billiards.
Yeah, I think 10 a.m., yep. Or doors open at 10? I don't remember. Something like that. I probably should know. I think I'm playing tomorrow.
True. I believe, yeah. When is your scheduled match? We'll have to confirm that and let the viewing audience know. This kind of weekend of the Irish, shall we say. Yesterday was St. Paddy's Day. But I think a lot of these players have worn off those cobwebs from last night, and they're ready to get down to business.
Kind of a tough spot, but he looks like he's aiming for this lone red. He might have a potting angle for it.
Maybe coming off it, coming back into bulk.
Yeah, okay. Ooh. I kind of like going off of the other stack that was closer to the black, just because it was a big channel to kind of go 2 cushions to escape and kind of get back up to the yellow spot. Because with that shot, he hit it uber thin, and even at that thinness, he still managed to clip a red in that second stack. Had he hit it any thicker, his cue ball would have been stuck down here. Seemed like a little bit more risky of a shot, but always hard to tell if you're not at the table.
That is true. The best advantage is what the players are seeing when they're down on the table, and he's kind of left.
He's letting the stroke out a lot more on these. He's trying to power. I think the last couple shots he's missed with a little bit more pace.
Yeah, and there's reds open here. The tough part is that black is really tied up, and a lot of the other color balls are up there in the bulk ends, so it's going to be tricky for Ashik to get started and get back into this frame. But one good red.
Oh, unlucky. Just rattles it. Tight pockets here at Ox.
It just goes back to the tournament pressure. Like Ashik last night, practicing with Pratomesh. It was good back and forth, a real good sparring match. Both players were making nice breaks, but once the formal dress gets on and the TV cameras turn on, the nerves are a little bit more than just a regular friendly against a friend.
Just gotta make sure he covers this top red. He might have leaked out. I think the potting angle is on.
Because, yeah, that area of the table up there with that yellow, green, and pink, it's starting to be a good target area just to get into that area, and there's potential that you could lay a snooker. So It'll be something that the players will be thinking about. Not gonna have the treble there. Yeah, I think both these players would love to get the blue back on its spot, just a little bit closer. Ooh, does this red go by the pink? Oh, no,
Alright,
it's
sorry.
not going to. But actually could.
You roll forward here, or looks like he's going to put some low on the cue ball.
Come off the cushion, get behind the pink.
Oh, okay,
Ooh.
yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a little pacey who's also looking for the green, but safe. And now at that last shot, that pink has really closed that area up there by the yellow pocket. Really makes it a good landing area for safe.
Daniel's swinging at some of these reds. I think that's the pool player in him trying to go for some of these shots. He is playing it with an element of safe, at least on that one. I think he's maybe getting used to the cue.
Yeah, as you were saying, Christian, it is quite interesting that he just, grabbed that carbon fiber cue from you, had a few shots, and said, please let me play with it. Like,
Yeah.
it's such a random thing to do most of the time, I know you challenged me last night to have a little friendly, but I'm like, I feel like I'm cheating because my cue is back up in Canada.
Yeah.
Like it might find out that I had my hands on another cue, and then,
All of a sudden you just start making everything, huh?
I don't know. Maybe with the house cue here, I might make everything, but then I'll go back home and my cue will know what I was up to while I was in America and just shut me out.
Shut you down, yeah.
And play like a wet spaghetti noodle.
Well, we'll see. I think part of the thing is too with Daniel. He's much more in the pool scene, so he's very used to playing on the pool table with his certain cue and certain dimensions. So there's a little bit of like an element of everything kind of being new anyway. So it doesn't really necessarily hurt him as much. I could see from a perspective where if he was constantly playing with this specific cue, practicing week in and week out, and then the day of, he's getting very used to it, and the day of he switches, I can see how that can be a lot more disruptive. But when everything's new, I think it's a matter of just comfort, right? So if he feels more comfortable with it, it's going to help him out mentally more than anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far Daniel's potting takes him, because it looks like he's definitely the more aggressive of the player. Well, that's a little tough one for Ashik.
It's the second rattle we've seen. It's tough.
But if Daniel could start to see that safety side and maybe taking on that red that he knows, like, if it's to miss, that he will be safe rather than just taking that open red.
Mm-hmm.
I think that will just make him a much more rounder player. But as you said, you've told me that he's quite new to the game, so I think that will just come in time, and then he's definitely going to be a player to watch out for. But he's doing quite well right now. Have a 25-1 lead in this first frame of a best-of-3 round-robin match.
Yeah, I think these are pretty important frames, I think, for a lot of players, too. I wonder kind of what sort of upsets we'll see coming out of the groups, because, having played a full day of matches coming into tomorrow, I think there might be a bit of an advantage for some players here. Playing against some of the seeded players, maybe, who haven't actually gotten some table time yet. We might see some big matches. Maybe I'm setting myself up for failure on that one, but we'll see,
I don't know
Nice
if I've ever
shot
heard
there.
of a player commentating curse themselves before their match, so we'll see what happens here. See, now almost I'm thinking, Daniel, if he comes off that red,
Yeah,
it's on
play
that
safe.
cushion, and he could come back maybe off the ball cushion, be behind the green, or in that area of the yellow and pink.
Yeah. I think maybe he just doesn't see it, or he's playing a different kind of safety in his mind. He's going to get fortunate with his roll. Yeah,
True.
he's going to double up the balls.
Definitely the blue came to the rescue. Yeah.
Now I think we might see if Akshith takes on the shot that you were talking about earlier, but the angle's a little bit different now. It's looking like he's going to take this red on into the bottom. Yeah, into this left corner pocket. Not much reward in making this, though, I think. Not sure if it's quite worth it. 'Cause this can happen when you just open up a bunch of shots.
Yeah.
There you can see Frances Cho in the background warming up. She's in the building. I think her match is going to be up next. Probably not on the TV table, but we'll see. Oh, nice little bump, but I don't think he's on it. Yeah. Might have a look at the pink, maybe. If not, worst case, the brown. Oh, miscue there. Wow.
Yeah. He was going for it where.
Luckily, still hit the pink. No foul on that shot, huh? Still not a lot of places to play safe on this table either, so we're gonna probably see more shots. Ooh, this is not ideal. He's left this into the middle.
Looked like it could just stun down. This black is still in a tough position. But it's got a yellow in it to its own pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Bit tricky when you're going from one side to the other. But he's also eyeing up the green. Kind of mindful of all these reds that he's queuing over. And he's a tall gentleman, so shouldn't have a problem. It's a nice shot.
Good stroke there, but I feel like maybe the yellow would have been a little bit easier shot to come up table. Not sure. Depends on the angle, I guess, but it's going to take on this long red, maybe play 2 cushions up table. Yeah, with some outside, but I think he's going to hit it a little too thin. It's going to leave something on. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So clawing some points, little by little, Daniel is, and Akshith just had a couple of colors he's kind of rattled a few times that have maybe a little bit uncharacteristic, but, you know, being on the TV table under the lights, pressure is a little bit higher.
Yeah, and it's not his own club, you know, although he was in here last night, so he's definitely got used to the speed, I would say, but it wasn't as busy as a room as I would have thought last night. And everyone was kind of feeling loose last night, you know, the night before the tournament, everyone's just having fun, getting to see old faces, sharing a good laugh and stuff like that. But now everything just kind of cinches up just a little bit with that tournament pressure.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I think just the fact that I think that we have, I think 8 seeded players that are advancing automatically to the next round, I think that probably has a little bit to do with why, you know, maybe we saw less players. Maybe some other players, like Charlie, for example, is going to be arriving later today. We can commute a little bit easier for some folks. Oh, no.
So a shot that
could
Ashik
be-
would have liked to have back. Call up Doc Brown and get the DeLorean. Let's go back in time.
This could be disaster. He's going to open this red up, I think, too, after this shot. Yeah, busy on the pink. Oh, no, says Archit. Oh, no.
The shot that was difficult right along the cushion there. So that's going to help out both these players bringing
Yeah.
the pink back to its spot.
Now, does he go for this, or is he going to play safe? Let's see.
It's a delicate shot. Always playing for the top right. I thought it might have gone for the middle.
Oh, no bounce there.
He's left it. This is where Ashik needs to pounce.
This is it's the third. He's missed. He's rattled 2 shots into this corner pocket, so Hopefully he's able to shake that off and
Yeah, hopefully
sink
just
this one. It'd be nice to get the blue back on the spot too.
definitely for sure. So gonna give this just a little bit more care. Just gotta focus himself.
Oh no.
I think he might have been trying to play safe there.
Oh, interesting.
Or was just that such a big miss?
I was looking at our other angle, and I'm pretty sure the blue did pass the yellow, so I don't know if I would have necessarily gone for the safe there. But he's trying the bank shot here. The pool player with the bank. Sorry, the double. Comes away.
Yeah.
Smelling all right.
Always tough to double into the corner pocket. Much easier for the side pockets in this game, but
it's one thing I noticed though from example from Javier's game. Oh wow, it almost went in. Yeah, Javier is a bank pool player, and he was on the side table earlier, and I saw him trying to double the black into the opposite corner pocket multiple times, and he was getting close. But yeah, like you said, it's such a hard shot that it's just statistically or percentage wise, it's almost not worth going for. Oh, nice shot there from Daniels. So that's an example of like he can make these dynamite, spicy shots, but sometimes that can be maybe a false motivator. He can take on some shots maybe he shouldn't be taking on, and it's about knowing when to pull out that sort of tool in the tool chest.
yeah, definitely when you make those long pots, your confidence level is up sky high, but then you pump out a little bit of adrenaline in the body as well, and you might squeeze a little too harder on the next shot. So obviously, always good to have a walk around the table. I know there was a write up a little bit in the rules, obviously discussing slow play, that things would be monitored and stuff like that.
It's hit that a little thick, and I think he got away with it. He hasn't left this red on.
Yeah, this one has an element of safe. Cut it in. He's going to Dan will be going up into bulk.
Oh, nice shot there, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's see.
It's got to be a confidence starter. He's got to get the engine rolling. He's been missing a couple of maybe uncharacteristic or, kind of 8 out of 10 type pots that he probably should be making. So, but hopefully he starts to settle in a little more. It's got to get something on the board pretty soon here. It's starting to get away.
That's almost in the middle. I think he probably was going for that, but almost if he tried not to, there was a good area behind the green. So Ashik just not getting it with the color balls, unfortunately. Ooh, that blue ball's got to come to his rescue.
Not quite.
Hasn't, but it's still a tricky pot there, that's for sure. What if we'll just try a cross double and get back up table?
Well, we got a Michael Lubrin in the chat. He's a friend of ours, good friend of Daniel's, shouting out saying good luck, Daniel Sardoncillo.
Ooh, nice cut.
Yeah, that's a good pot there.
Now he's got an angle in the brown to stun down for those reds. Take this red or this brown into the yellow pocket.
Oh yeah, he had a natural angle to bust him open. Watch out, red. Okay.
Oh, brown just tied up the black.
Yeah,
so
that's unfortunate.
can take that out of the equation, but there's pink and blue, so All right, Ashik, what are you made of here? I think he's got a bit of an angle on this pink.
Looks like cleaning the cue ball request.
I guess so, yeah. He didn't actually need to didn't need to mark it there with the pencil, but that's good technique, good practice there by referee Desani. We're using that a lot more. I think it's kind of speeding up the game a bit with the foul and miss situations where the referee or the player acting as the referee will mark it with that cue ball and the little white tailor's pencil. So
It looks like my score is off by 3. I don't know if they forgot to score the green from earlier. I think I was correct. Interesting.
yeah, I'm not sure why he might have just kind of played up by that red. Like, this is a shot definitely for Daniel. He can just come off the left side of this red that's near the top end and just kind of sneak on by and get in behind the brown. See, that's just going to come with experience there. You'll probably see a more experienced player probably playing that shot.
It's going to roll a little bit. It's going to only leave the top red. It's a left-handed shot, though. I like this shot. But for a right-handed, then he probably use the rest. Or he is left-handed, it looks like.
He goes both ways.
Oh, he goes both ways.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Traditionally a right-hander, but it looks like he's,
Oh, yeah.
all
That's
right,
close.
shall we say, with the left. But it's interesting where that yellow is right now. Like, that's looking like a fun spot for some snookers. We'll just see if any of those players elect to try that. And Daniel just mindful of the red that he's queuing over, because any little piece of fabric, that's a great red right there. Any piece of fabric would be a foul. Calling back to the 2016 Richler Cup in Montreal, we were watching a match and our good friend Charlie Brown was at the table, and all of a sudden he popped up and returned to his chair, and none of us knew exactly what was going on. But then he said, my shirt cuff touched a non-object ball or a ball on the table, so he called a foul on himself.
Oh, overcut that barely. He was putting some side on it, too, I think. Come down the table. More with slight right-hand side, maybe? Look close, maybe just top.
Wow, now that's an interesting collection area. Do you, Ashik, take the left side of that red up near the bulk cushion, come off that bulk cushion and maybe off that left cushion and just slither in between the brown and the yellow?
Interesting, yeah. It's going to just play a little bit more of high percentage containing shot, I guess.
Sure, it's a tricky cue ball there for Daniel, so
It's not a bad shot here. He might get this. If this covers with the green or the pink, he's going to have full ball snooker, but I think it leaves the top red in the window.
yeah, there's 37 in and there's 43 on the table. Oh, this looks like
This could be the...
something Daniel will take on, his aggressive nature that he's been playing.
Yeah, nice spot there.
Now where that red is, if he's able to...
He could just roll up and not worry about... I don't know if he should make this ball right. He should just play safe to the top cushion. Yeah,
True,
I think he
throw.
feels it. Yep, he's doing the right shot. Don't go in, blue. Oh, he's left it on, though. I think a one cushion escape is pretty trivial.
True, and if he's... if you can get by enough and maybe have a two cushion, you might be able to hit that red off the two cushion escape on the right side, and that might just squeeze that
Oh, okay.
red down there.
Go bulk first. I see. Yeah,
Okay.
he hit it a little bit pacey for that type of shot, though, right? He kind of
Yeah.
wanted to just roll up to it and get behind the yellow, right?
Just a tap on the right side of the red would
Yeah.
push that to the side cushion, and then the brown and the yellow probably would have blocked the shot there. But wow.
More putting from Daniel. That's the thing that's been, bringing his game up is this phenomenal ball pocketing.
True. So we are on the snooker's required stage here. So that's 54, 58 to 9, with 27 on the table. Is this a concession where, is it more than 3 snookers required and there's a concession?
Well, I think the concession is there. Yeah, looks like balls are coming out. So
Daniel Sardoncillo takes that first frame over Akshith Teki and will be coming back with frame 2 action. There's a great shot of the wonderful room here at Ox Billiards. It's the 2023 Seattle Snooker Open Championship. We'll be right back with frame 2 between these two heavyweights. And we're back here at frame 2. The Canadian is up against it. Daniel was really potting a lot of wonderful shots there. That's really what kept him in the game. And unfortunately, Akshith just wasn't. He was able to pot some good reds. It just couldn't get the colors to help him out a bit. So we'll see. More often than not, we've seen when players are up against it, they really find another gear and come in. But Daniel's got to keep on the gas and just keep pushing. Good to hear Aaron Moss is turning in. Hopefully, Aaron, maybe we can see you in the room. It's been a while.
Oh yeah, Aaron's here. Nice. Oh, Daniel picking up where he left off in the last frame. Potting balls. Now let's see if he can string some together and get a decent break.
Ooh.
Oh, he's barely there.
He's got the pink. I thought he might maybe have stun-runned it through a little bit because that black does look like it goes to the... Oh, no, it doesn't go to that top right. Okay, he knew better than us.
Here's just focusing on not getting the double contact. And a little bit thick. That is a tendency when you're going diagonally to that middle pocket. You slow roll that ball and the nap's going to take it into that near jaw.
Mm-hmm.
So break of 7 to start this off, but an opening here for Akshith. Unfortunately, not a lot of colors on their spots. Just has to play for the blue most likely. Yeah, that's tough. He was always going to come into some contact there.
And I believe that Brady Golan so far has the high break of the tournament at 46. But remember, we do have Burney's best here. I brought my Canadian $100 bill. If any player is to get a century, they will get 100 Canadian dollars from yours truly. So I'm not sure Christian might be able to ask better. Has there been any centuries on these tables of amateur players?
Amateur players? No. the only centuries on these tables, I think, when Judd Trump was in town, he had 6 or 7 out of the 10 exhibition frames he played. But
Wow.
yeah, not since then. I think we've had a few 80s. I know when Ricky Walden was in town, he got super unfortunate with some of his splits that he only managed to get like an 85. He got like 75s back to back in the same frame even. But yeah, no centuries yet, which it's a good sign. That means we have a lot work to do, you know?
Oh, and it also just shows you how difficult this game is. As much as Judd's hitting 6 centuries in 10 frames, that's just out of this world. And you can tell why he's a world champion.
Oh, yeah.
I think number 5th rank in the world right now. I don't have the rate sheet in front of me, but
yeah, somewhere in the top.
He's definitely in the top 16. He will be there in Sheffield, England in a month and a half's time for the World Championships. But right now we're trying to find out who's going to be the champ of the Emerald City here in Seattle. CCU will be in action tomorrow, defending champion.
Yeah, undefeated defending champion too. He has yet to lose a Seattle Snooker Open frame.
That is true, yes.
Our inaugural event last year.
I think he was up against Varun
Juneja, yeah.
Juneja, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that was the final last year in our inaugural Seattle Snooker Open, and was a whitewash, right?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, both those players qualified either through the qualifiers that various clubs had. I know there was one qualifier down in Arizona. You guys here in Ox had a qualifier, and there's also a qualifier at Top 147 in Richmond, British Columbia, and as well the Washington State League. I believe there were some qualifiers that came from that. So,
yep, Washington Snooker League, yep.
And you can also pay your way in, as Brady Golan has paid his way in and has been looking quite impressive. Caught a few eyes of some players that probably didn't know who he was at the beginning of the day.
Well, now they definitely do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple of 40-some-odd breaks in his match, a 42 and a 48 or something like that, 46. Pretty good. Well, Daniel's making some balls here. It was a phenomenal red to start this break that he's on now. That's the thing. I think he hits a phenomenal shot, and then he's like straight in on like the next color. So makes things easy when you make the really hard shot first.
Yeah, that's what you probably will notice if you're watching some of the Brady matches. Sometimes you might see that there's two reds, and well, there's obviously I look at one and it's much more easier to pot, but he might take that more difficult one, knowing that he'll be on shape on a color, and then he'll go for that easy one. So it's just building up the frame. You know, he's waiting to open his Christmas presents, I guess. He's not opening them on Christmas Eve. He's going for Christmas Day, really.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what a shot there! Did you see him? He perfectly split open that red-black, and now this is on. This break could... No commentator curse, no such thing. I don't believe in it. This is a good angle on the black. Maybe a little steep, but he can just control the speed. But excellent breakout from Daniel with the rest, too. Who says pool players can't use the rest, huh?
Just wonder if he's straight on. He might just have to... Does he have an angle to stun up? Looks like it a little bit. Oh, no, he's going to draw back.
He grabbed... Did you see that ape? He grabbed that... Oh, no, he actually moved it. Okay. No, it moved. It rocked, I guess, right? The black...
He did cannon into the black.
Cannon into it slightly, and then it kind of rolled back into position, I think, just because of the little bit of a divot that has formed over time.
So. That goes by those silly players. Roll the ball onto the spot, please and thank you, ladies and gentlemen. If you're playing this game, do not hammer it down on the spot. Do not use another ball to hammer it down on the spot.
Oh,
that
that's
creates
terrible.
Divots. And sure, as you see, balls will fall back in their spot or you won't get a true roll. So please, these are beautiful pieces of equipment. Treat them like your own. As I know, there was discussions with Damien, who helps out here, and he was showing us these new fancy boxes they have for carrying the cue balls. And I'm like, those are great. And the gentleman was like, well, it could get dinged up here and there, but you'd hope people would. This is an upscale club. Treat the equipment rightly, and you know what? It will turn around for you. My game has improved since I've started cleaning tables.
Just get a new appreciation for it, you know?
True. And that's with a brush and a blocker, not with a cue ball. And
here we go. Here we go.
Little pool shot here.
And he sinks it.
Happen. Wow.
Oh, wow. But he just gets unfortunate with this breakout.
True. I think
Incredible.
There's a lot of snooker players that might have been frowning at that shot, because usually it's like, use the rest, you know.
Yep.
No need to hook around and all that stuff. But
wow. So nicely done. 45 break from Daniel Sardoncillo.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Just needed one more red to tie Brady Golan, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to last for long, that break of 46.
Shu Chang Chow in the chat saying Daniel's playing this frame like a pro. Yeah, it looked pretty high standard in that one. But look at this. Look at this. Is this red going to leak out?
I think.
No, it's close. I can't quite tell based on the angles we have. He's looking at it. It might even pot. I think that's what he's checking because he wants to go for it. This might pot. Well,
Wow.
I think it potted. I think it went.
Fantastic shot there. Well, this isn't looking good for all our friends that are cheering on Akshith Teki. He's lost his first match, and he's not looking good here. And having 2 frames to the bad, or 2 matches to the bad, it's not going to help you advance unless
Always underhit this.
one of these players can really run away with this. This is Daniel's first match, so, and with Alex in this group winning his first 2 matches, there is a potential for a 3-player tiebreaker.
Yeah. You never know. It's not until it's over. Ooh, rolls that right in.
If Ashik is to lose this match, which unfortunately it's definitely looking like it, he still could be in it. That being said, he does need to win his final match.
We got Junior Sardoncillo in the chat. That's Daniel's dad. Shout him out saying that's my boy. Yep, he's putting on a show in this one. Uh-oh, watch out, cue ball. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow, that rolled on for quite some time. Heated slate. That's how it works.
And very careful there. He had his hand in the pocket, because honestly, if that ball did not drop in the pocket and he touched it, that would be a 7-point foul.
Oh, really?
As much as it's going right in the pocket, you might want to just let it drop in there just so no foul happens. No more pricier foul than it already is. So
Yeah, exactly.
just a little education for all our viewers out there. Is
It's going to catch the jaw. It's going to bust open the balls. Oh, no.
It's a bit unfortunate there.
Wow. Oh, look, he's going to do a little bit of the inside Mark
Sure.
Williams shot, or just shoot it left-handed. Nope, he's going back to his old ways. Oh, he's just teasing us now. I don't know what he's going to do. I say just shoot it off-handed.
Very nice. Well, Circuit 2-7 active. Yes, it would be nice to see this game popular in Florida. The only thing you can do is start building a mountain. Hopefully, maybe you have some friends out there that enjoy the game. I know it doesn't happen overnight.
Oh, cue ball. Uh-oh, cue ball.
Daniel's letting him back in this frame little bits by bits. But you probably know better, Christian. I don't know how was the snooker scene here before Ox and Bays came to the round.
Definitely more of just like a not very well known sport. I mean, we had CC's club, Empire Billiards, over in Bellevue, but it was mainly kind of just CC. Another cue ball. Wow, we're starting to lose the cue ball in this match. But a lot of good players play out of Empire, but kind of just as a one club show, it's a little bit tough to kind of get a following and get sort of these tournaments and leagues and everything started. But I think he was going for the bank shot there, the double.
Just an element of safe for sure.
But yeah, not very popular, I think, in general. I don't know. I feel like most cities as well, you don't necessarily, I mean, you see snooker tables sometimes at clubs, but it's kind of the table that's in the corner that nobody really plays on very often. Maybe it's not super well kept. I think it's just the either the appreciation or maybe like the knowledge of the game is not quite there when it comes to pool.
I'd probably have to agree with that. Definitely in America, there's not a lot of rich history. For the first time ever, next season, Ahmad Ali will be the first U.S. player to be on the pro circuit. So that's good news for you guys in America, because that's all it really takes is once sometimes youngsters see that a fellow countryman or countrywoman is doing well in a sport, they'll be like, hey, they want to emulate them, because actually the Scottish snooker scene wasn't that great until Stephen Hendry came along.
I see. Okay.
He really did
definitely
help things a lot.
It's kind of like a chicken and egg situation, right? You need sort of the youth to be inspired by a player to kind of want to come and bring the sport to the game, and it's a lot easier to do when they're from your own country. But then how do you get that player without having the youth inspired by an already existing player, right? It's kind of tough. He's bridging over this brown. Okay, the brown's out of the way.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a divot by that black spot. You can see it rolling just a bit. Now, where are we? There's 35 on the table after this color. He's down by 46, so kind of, coming off the cushion and maybe rolling behind that brown might just be out of the question. The triple might be there.
No. Yep, and I think that's the handshake, it looks like. Both players taking apart their cues. Yep.
Yep, the handshakes are there. So Daniel Sardoncillo takes this match 2-0. So Akshith Teki, you're not out of it just yet. He's got to win his next match, and that will be coming up a little later this afternoon. But we're going to step aside. Christian Youngers is joining me, David Burney in the booth. But feel free to grab a cool drink, and we'll queue up the next match for all you great snooker fans and be back. So keep those questions coming. We'll answer them when we get back. Take care.